Hey there, it's Amber here. If you are a therapist wondering how to grow your practice and get more clients while also navigating telehealth, you are in the right place. Did you know that there's a way to legally see clients from multiple states without getting licensed in each one? Let's talk about telehealth compacts. Telehealth compacts are agreements between states that allow licensed therapists, counselors, and other health professionals to provide therapy across state lines without having to jump through all of the hoops of getting licensed in each one of those states. So, for example, if you're licensed in Florida and your state is part of the counseling compact, for example, you could potentially see clients in Georgia, Colorado, North Carolina without also having to get licensed in those places. Chef's kiss, right? Amazing. And of course, this brings lots of benefits to you and potential clients because listen, the number one thing that we hear while seeking therapy is that they can't find a therapist who meets their needs or who is a good fit with their personality. Here's our opportunity to get in front of more potential clients and to offer a greater diversity of niche and service and style to more people. So, this does mean that you have to learn to market across state lines. And if you have questions about that, let me know in the chat and I will be happy to make a video about that as well. But it also means that you could expand your niche or specialization. I know many of you worry that if you're so deeply specialized, you'll have trouble getting enough clients in the door. And the reality of that is that it's simply not true. That's not going to be an issue. The deeper your niche, the easier it is to get clients and maintain a full caseload. But just in case it allays your concern a little bit, by being able to see clients across lots of places, you of course have a greater pool to pull from. That was hard to say. Pool to pull from. It also gives you a lot more flexibility in your schedule. Imagine that you love to treat school age kids, but also you want to do all of your work between 10 and 2 p.m., 10 a.m., 2 p.m. You can do this by simply marketing to clients in a different time zone so that you're able to see them outside of their school hours, but inside of yours. Amazing, right? I know that there are some that will think about some legal and ethical concerns here, and that's an important place to think through. While you do not have to get licensed in each of the states who are participating in the compact, it is responsible of you and essential that you pay attention to what the laws are in that state that are perhaps a little different from yours. And I want to give you an example of that. When we think through involuntary hospitalization procedures, they vary not only by state, but also by county or even city sometimes. And so, what I tend to do is if I have a client who's in a different location than I am, I'm going to make sure that I get in touch with perhaps a community mental health agency or a university counseling center or a crisis response team in the area to learn what the involuntary hospitalization procedures are, what the best locations are to send clients to if I need to facilitate something like that, so that if that emergency hits, I'm not trying to figure that stuff out in the heat of an adrenaline moment. The other piece to think about there is that while our statutes are very similar across states, there is some slight variation. Let's keep going with the involuntary hospitalization example. There are some states where the requirement is that they're an imminent and lethal risk. And in other states, the requirement is immediate, which is different, and not risk for lethal injury necessarily, but serious bodily harm. So it's really important that you do a little bit of digging to figure these things out. And I think well worth it, right? We want to be able to provide the optimal level of care. The fact that we're not having to go through the just massive headache of getting licensed in multiple states means you've got some free time to look up this kind of information. And of course, it's all written on the board's website. I'll give you some hacks about how to interpret confusing legalese on these websites. If that would be useful to you, just give me a comment down below. I don't want to kind of muddy up the waters in this particular video. Okay, so if you're curious about telehealth compacts and expanding your practice and your reach, it's worth looking into some more. Some of our professions have advanced farther in this than others. So, for example, psychologists compact is much farther ahead than, say, licensed mental health counselors, right? But there are ways that you can advocate to keep moving the needle forward with national licensure and the use of compacts. So let me know if that would be useful to you. I will share some links below for you to track your own mental health provider and their status with moving forward with compacts, and ways that you can advocate for yourself, your peers, and our clients to make that move happen. So, if you've been thinking about expanding into a telehealth practice and you need some help to do that, just let me know. I'm here to support you. I hope that you all have a lovely day, and I'll talk to you again soon.